as a student. This is 15th lecture of instrumentation and sensor. In last lecture, we are discussing about the signal processing operation are related to noise control to remove the or to improve the signal interpretation and removing the noise signal from the original signal. We discussed two methods, signal retracting and stacking, and this lecture we are going to explain about the moving kernels and spike removal. What is the moving kernels? Moving kernels are used to reduce the high frequency noise from a signal. Remember this line, moving kernel are used to remove the high frequency noise from the signal. The ith value in the smooth signal y is computed as a average of neighboring values around the ith entry in the original noisy signal x. The m coefficient for use in the computing the weighted average are sorted in the kernels k is equal to k1 k2 up to km. Mathematically, the smooth signal y is a yi is equal to p is equal to v1 to p is equal to m kp into x. So you just write it down the m coefficient value, and mathematically it is smooth y signal which value has a summation of p is equal to 1 to p is equal to m and kp, which is a kernel coefficient kp, and x I minus m minus 1 by 2 plus p. So this is a mathematically smooth signal y, and m coefficient for using the computing the weighted average are sorted in a kernel. Moving kernel, the noisy signal shown in top right is a smooth using different kernel. M is equal to 11. The short kernel remove the high frequency noise. Long kernel may remove the signal relevant frequency component. So if we take the short kernel, then it removes the high frequency noise which is desirable. But if we take the long kernel, may removes the related to signal relevant frequency component. As a practice guideline, keep the value of m less than or equal t upon 10 into delta t. So this is the last method, spike removal. What is a spike removal? Spikes are impulses randomly distributed along the signal. Spikes can be clipped or removed and replaced by a locally compatible signal value. So we can remove these spikes from the original signal, and we can also replace these spikes by the locally compatible signals value. Given a signal X with the spikes, the signal Y without the spikes can be obtained with the algorithm. What is the algorithm? Compare the current signal Xi with the previous D spike signal Y minus 1. So it compares the current signal from the previous D spike. Means if we already remove the spikes from one signal, then we compare the current signal with the previous signal. If xi minus yi minus 1 is less than epsilon, then yi is equal to xi. So this is the mathematical things which are involved in a spike removal, where the epsilon is a threshold value is selected to remove the spikes with the minimal effect on a signal. So what is the summary and conclusion? The module is about the data analysis and interpretation, data reduction and the interpretation for a specific sensors are introduced. Signal processing techniques about the noise control are discussed. So in this module we see the data analysis and interpretation. Also we see the data reduction and interpretation for a specific sensor, and signal processing techniques about the noise control are discussed. So we are take one quick view of this wall module. So, firstly, we are see the statically concept, fundamental statically concept, where we see the, what is the average or a mean value, what is the standard deviation, what is a median, what is a mode, and what is the range. So we see the all the definition of these fundamental statically concepts. Then we see one by one all the concept statically concept in a equation form. Then we take example of these statistics, and then we see the data reduction and interpretation with a particular for a particular sensor like a piezometer, inclinometer, and strain gauge. Then we see the signal processing, time domain signal processing, in which we are seeing the discrete signal and signal and noise. Where we see the what is how we can remove the noise from the signal, continuous and discrete signal. Then we see the all the methods by aliasing, under sampling, and then we see the signal and noise. So up to now we are completing our three module 1 2 3, and last we now we have a remaining only one module, which is a module 4. So in from next lecture we are starting our new module. So if you have any doubt related to any module, then comment it down. Thank you.